What's up, everybody? It's your girl Ericka from the Classy Climb blog. I hope you guys can hear me and see me. Put a one in the comments if you can. Drop your city and state in the chat. I know it's Memorial Weekend. I know people are busy. People are out enjoying their family. They're barbecuing. They're doing all the stuff, right? We just came from literally the farmers market, the Greek festival, then the Soul Food Festival. You know, the fire marshal decided it was too much going on and too long and too many black people, and they closed the Soul Food Festival down early, which was absolutely insane. Part of why I'm doing this video, it's literally called Popular and Wrong, and the tipping point of economic warfare. Why am I doing this video? What is it about? and I'll put it to you this way. When you don't know you are in economic warfare, right? When you don't know, you frolic, you laugh, you joke, how can I take my passport and go overseas and play in other countries and be a tourist forever? That, what is marketed to our people is partying, music, and you should go overseas. You should get on a cruise boat. You should travel, so much so that when we were in Panama, no, we were in Cabo, Mexico. We're eating at this restaurant, and this white couple to the right of us goes, "Oh, you guys are off the cruise boat?" We looked at him like, "Cruise boat? No, baby, we come to Cabo. We flew in. What are you talking about?" And it's because in their mind, and they're partially right, most black people they see are coming off the cruise boat. Their assumptions, right? And so part of why this is the best way I can describe it is it's economic warfare. And if you don't know you're in it, you're in it. Welcome. If you got eyes and you see this channel, you're in economic warfare, whether you know it or not. And that is for resources for you, your family, and your future legacy and future generations. And this is why in a society where everything's family oriented and family offices and group activity, for people who like, I don't want to get married, marriage is a bad deal, I'm gonna go get one of these contract marriages, I'm gonna do all this stuff. Basically what you just told me is you're gonna have bastard children, because that's the definition in it's definition for it. When you're not married to the mom of the children, they're bastards, regardless if you give them your last name or not. And you are fighting against the current. 99% of this world runs on families, power, and ownership. And yet we're marketed to play, to frolic, to hang out in Miami, Atlanta, Houston, Las Vegas, and go see music concerts and cut up. You dig what I'm saying? That's what we're taught. So I can sit here and point out the fact that, somebody's very loud, popular, and wrong. And I can literally go, if this person is doing what they tell you they're doing, they would be releasing HUD statements. They don't release HUD statements. They never have, because they ain't doing it. And somebody else called them out on it and y'all didn't care because y'all like what's popular and you like what's wrong. And that's cool. But I know the truth, right? It's a small world, and data and paper trails matter. Now, what am I particularly talking about? Tipping point of economic warfare. All things real, but he used to be called the real estate trapper. He made a video talking about they're gonna change the rules so much that black people won't be able to participate. And if y'all haven't noticed, that's in anything, right? That's in Olympics, that's in cook-offs, that's in anything, right? They're gonna keep changing the rules so less people can win. Now, when people started complaining about appraisers, not enough black appraisers, not enough Latino appraisers, this is really wrong. We need to get hundreds of thousands more appraisers. Well, guess what happened? The Appraiser Association changed the rules. Well, yeah, we can get more diverse appraisers, but you're going to have to follow another dude around for a year, and then he approves if you can qualify for appraiser. All that does is means everybody that looks like me or I want to be an appraiser, I will make them an appraiser. That's all that means, right? That's economic warfare. That's also keeping job security, okay? We talked about accounting. Why do we have so few accountants of all races? Well, they kind of gatekeep the career of accounting, and they pay people so low. They basically pay them data entry prices. But with QuickBooks and remote work and all this other stuff, you had to learn to be more nimble. So why we look up today and there's not enough accountants, IRS is running around trying to hire 30,000 people, can't find them, because we let a small group of people gatekeep something and stop others from participating. That's what we did. Now, the money, Diamond Dave did a show there talking about health, losing weight. The money is not in you getting better. The money is in selling you something new every season. And this is why I talk to my digital real estate students. I go, January to April, new year, new me. May to about July, hot girl summer. August to October, oh my God, the kids are going back to school. The kids, I got to get the kids right, right? Then October to December is Christmas, holidays, Hallmark Channel, decorating my house, lights. Oh, the light bill's so high, the gas bill's so high, the energy bill's so high. Like this is clockwork. So if you know what type of business you're in and what is the selling season for you, every business has seasonal issues. Every single business. Now, something I wanted to address, as I was saying about Wall Street Trapper, but I think calls his channel now, but All Things Real, is wholesaling. You know, Max Maxwell came out here. You know, nobody talks about the fact Max Maxwell has also 2 white business partners that were working with him. They were never on camera. You just saw Max Maxwell smile for the camera, doing all the talking about wholesaling. And then you got thousands of African-American people becoming wholesalers, right? Jumping in to become wholesalers. Why? Because, oh, you can do this with no money down. This is no money down. You come in, no money down. You can run around and do this and make all this money with no money down. Now, the truth is, HUD statements will prove if people are doing what they say they do. And the fact remains is some of the people that y'all love so much that are popular, loud, and wrong, they don't provide HUD statements because they made all their money selling courses. Right? When y'all really be like, oh, these YouTubers griping. Nah, these Instagrammers are the real grift. Like the real grift. You know what I'm saying? Like I've had people come on this channel and sell $1 million in courses on my channel. That wasn't me, but I was an affiliate of them. And I made $200,000. I made that clear. I documented it. I showed it. I showed, you know, hey, this is how much I made off this. But I have 150 affiliates. Let me say that again. I have 150 affiliates. So at any given time, if I'm recommending something, even the other day I posted Todd Millie had a special and I put my affiliate link out there. People are like, oh, I can't get the affiliate link. It's not working. Well, here, go straight to his page. No, dummy. That's how I get paid. I'm not promoting something I'm not getting paid off of. Right? And I won't promote something to my audience that is hurtful to them. Right? If somebody can keep you constantly angry, going from one place to the next, just angry, but they don't have any solution for you, what's that about? Do you know what I'm saying? Right? So again, it's not just a black thing. We went to a conference and we're talking with some Jewish folks in there, and there were Jewish people in there, but they weren't speaking to each other. I was like, dang, what's going on? Usually Jewish people nod, talk, connect together, speak. Well, he say, oh yeah, that dude over there owes me $10,000 and he ain't paid it. I was like, oh shit. Now, don't get it twisted. I know 3 different people right now who owe me $30,000. 3, not 1, not 2, 3. I don't come on YouTube crying. I don't come on Instagram crying. Oh man, you know, they won't give me this money, and I done took them to court and all this shit. You know why? Because that's the cost of doing business. I know you hate hearing that, but that's the truth. That's the cost of doing business. Occasionally you run across some people that won't do right. But see, we've been taught that that's a black people thing, and it's not. And that's how I know y'all ain't been nowhere. Y'all don't go outside. Y'all don't have real corporate level jobs. You ain't never interacted with higher level people, and you don't go to a lot of the stuff you say you do. Because your tone of what you're saying online shows me that you just hang out with a few black people in your little town, in your little place, your same little church, and you ain't never been nowhere. You don't travel. You don't really know the cost of things. And you talking real loud and wrong on the internet, and it's embarrassing. It should be embarrassing to you. But you don't know better. When you don't know better, you don't do better. So again, Chinese Americans. Oh, honey, listen. If I could fly today and put hands and feet on that person, I would. Not 1, not 2, but 3 different people owe me $30K. And they know I'm suburban Ericka. I'm cop family Ericka. And, you know, I'm not going to get the thugs on you. I'm going to just go through the court. You know, I'm just going to go through the court and see if we can get that money back. But it'll be on record that I took them to court. Right? But that's the cost of doing business. I already knew that was the cost of doing business, that people will not act right. So again, Asian Americans, Chinese Americans, it showed a $30 billion in scamming from Chinese Americans. Guess who scammed Chinese Americans? 90% of the calls came from people in China or other Chinese Americans scamming the Chinese elderly. That's why, again, I can keep going on. Jewish people, there's a dude, Bartholomew Shalom. He's here on YouTube. Somebody is done got him out of $100,000, right? And he told all the Jewish people, they're like, hey, look, man, and I know it's another Jewish person. I already know the details. And he's like, look, that's the cost of doing business. We're going to tell all the people we know, which means other Jewish people, hey, this person did bad business. And that's going to be between us. We're going to eat that cost because that's the cost of doing business. We're not about to go on a 3-year campaign because we gave somebody $500 and it was my last money. I had a hope and a dream. I put $500 with them and the $500 is gone. Like, if you ain't made $500 back in 3 years, you got other problems. You got other problems, right? Because I can sit here and go, Hispanic people. There's 2 Mexican guys I'm working with right now in Austin, Texas. They do anything for them. They're the best people, right? And the first thing they said, listen, we rather work with you anyway, and it's okay if the payment's late. I said, well, what's that mean? He's like, our own people scam us more than anybody. We move here, we need somewhere to stay, we go find other Mexican people to go rent a place from, and they scam you the worst. This is from Hispanic men who have construction companies. They're like, our own people scam us worse than anybody else could do. And we just have to pay up because that's a part of doing business. Okay, in Fayetteville, North Carolina, all the way back to Fort Bragg, I wanted to buy a dry cleaning company from this woman that our family knew. Korean woman, black husband. Okay, Korean woman, black husband, Blasian children. We writing up the paperwork. We going to the lawyer. She get a call. Korean Americans. Hey, our Korean American, I guess what we call a susu, but it's the best way I can describe it. We gave you the money for that dry cleaner. So you have to offer it to us first in the group. See if anybody here want it first before you sell it to Ericka. Now, this woman got a whole black husband and half black children. Guess what she did? We had to go back to the lawyer and say, hey, this is not a deal. We're really sorry. Actually, I have another person who had an offer. Right? Do you understand what just happened to me? I got told that I couldn't buy something that an American woman with a Korean born, but American husband, black American husband with black children tried to sell to me for $20K coming out of college. She couldn't do it. But see, y'all don't know nothing. Y'all out here listening to people who are loud and wrong, and they got a track record of their daddy being wealthy, and they got a track record of not even doing the deals they telling you they did. You know, but y'all don't, I know y'all won't go study documents. Y'all won't go look at the fact that they lost not 1, but 2 different lawsuits, and they had to pay up. But see, we like the class clown that's loud and wrong. We love that. We love that. We think that's so funny. But that same person is not who y'all think they are. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got time to speak ill on the dead, but KS wasn't who he said he was either. And y'all didn't learn that till that person died. Right? That they in their 50s and finally hit big. And they were still married. With no life insurance. Listen, I can go on and on and on, but if you don't know you're in economic warfare, if you don't know you're supposed to be out here fighting for your family and your children and getting your legacy together, if you don't know any of that, right, then you're in a bad spot. Listen, there you go, life behind the ring. There is a Chinese rapper on YouTube, and he even talks about how he's in a gang on YouTube. He got this on the internet. I'm in a Chinese gang. We make the other Chinese business owners pay up so we can do what? Get the bums off the street, get the homeless out of Chinatown, and beat people's asses. But see, we so quick as black people be like, oh, black people doing each other wrong and robbing and stealing and all these ridiculous sob stories. When I can sit here and tell you I sit in mastermind after mastermind, and there are white men after white men telling you about other white people stealing from them. Okay? I literally can show y'all where I'm paying big money to be in these groups, and they literally be like, look, look, like, this is what happened to me. Watch out for that guy. I can come out here on the internet and I can sit here and say, y'all tell me a contractor that done you wrong. And we can all get a sheet of paper and write at least 150 names of contractors. You know what I'm saying? This is where it gets silly for me, because it's a tipping point where we're calling everything a scam, everything negative. And we're really going heavy on anti-landlord, anti-business. There are two divergents in the Black community right now. We have a everything's a scam. There's no help me. All y'all learning all this stuff and y'all won't help the back of the class, the slow bus shorties. Y'all won't help us for free, right? We got that segment of Black people. We got a whole nother segment of Black people that are like light years away. They living in 2030 and y'all out here living in 1994 talking about Freaknik and $800 rent. We got two different big sections of Black people going on right now, and y'all don't really want to hear that. You dig? And you don't know the difference between a bad deal, scamming, and you're uneducated. You don't know the difference. You know why you don't know the difference? Because you haven't spent the time to educate yourself. People will give you paperwork and like, that's a bad deal. No shit, Sherlock. That's a bad deal. So again, cost of doing business, contractors, fix and flip, wholesaling, all these things have paper trails. So if somebody's on the internet being an attack dog, but they can't show you where they do what they claim they do, oh, man. I have every HUD statement from every single property I've bought here, North Carolina, Cleveland, Detroit, and Texas, and Arizona. I have every HUD statement. Every HUD statement. It's in a file folder. It's even saved on a drive. It's my proof of ownership. It's my proof of investment. Every truck I've purchased, every truck that's been wrecked, that's been damaged, that's been stolen, that's been auctioned off by the state of Texas because some dummy stole it and parked it in the middle of nowhere. I have all that documentation. You know why? Because I'm a real business person. And I totally see now why real business people don't come out here. Because if you get on the ground and you argue with fools, who is to say which one is the fool? How do you know which one's the fool? You don't. So you can't argue with people. And I want you to focus on tipping point. The word I want you to focus on is tipping point. If every day, right? There's people I'll bring on Tech Tuesday, and we got a whole 2 other channels we put up, right? Every Tuesday, there's somebody saying, well, I got some certs, but I didn't get the job. I didn't get this. First thing I ask you, were you applying for a job? Just one job a day for 30 days? No. Have you talked to any recruiters? No. So you come on here to poo-poo platter someone talking positive to other Black people about being in tech and making money, how your own girl sat 17 freaking hours watching literally course content, changed my LinkedIn, and went and got a tech job in under a small window. Y'all are making up excuses. Okay, that's just is what it is. It's a tipping point. It's much easier for me to go over to somebody being loud and wrong and say, oh, look at them. Look how they're bad. Look how bad that person is. And if I ask every single one of you, did it get pre-approved for a home? Don't you got some weed record? Don't you got some domestic abuse records? Don't you got some arrest records? But see, they don't want that kind of information. They don't want that kind of smoke because they rather laugh loudly and wrongly with the class clown than really be accountable for their life. And we have to get away from those type of people. All right. Somebody was talking about Ike Turner. Oh, Tina Turner, she did that to Ike. Listen, Ike had years of musical experience before he even came with her. Okay, like y'all really disregard that Ike Turner was really a musician, a writer, a composer before her. He was whooping asses before Tina and whooped asses after Tina. Okay, he got arrested for stuff after Tina. So we see here and say, well, she did this to his reputation. Baby, he was whooping asses from his 20s to right before he got sick in his older years and died. On record. These are not like, oh, you're making this up. No, these are police arrest reports. You can go read this stuff. So to act like Tina Turner left and she rose to fame off the name. You do know is that court scene was a real scene. She literally told the judge he can have every single royalty and credit before, like the day I leave here, he can have everything before that. Just let me have my name and I'll start over. That's the stuff y'all don't want to talk about. You don't want to acknowledge actual historical points. You make up these scenarios, and then it's always the white man's fault. It's child support's fault. It's your baby mama's fault. It's your parents. You 40, 50 years old blaming your parents for not having the life you want. It's getting bad out here, y'all. Y'all really getting on the next level with the blame game. Who else can I blame? Because the woman of my dreams won't be with me. I can't have the life I want. That's insane. That's insane. That's insane. So I'm telling you about the 3 people that owe me 30K. I'm telling you at a conference, we sitting there, old boy telling the dude across the room on him 10K. That's why they ain't speaking. Got another dude. I know about 3, 4 other dudes in this same scenario. I know a person who ripped me off on a construction deal. Ripped me off. Went and told people, oh, I'm the victim. She did this. And I was like, yo, I got you on camera, bro. I got you on camera. I got it documented. I got bank statements. You really want to do this? We can go to court. They hear him recanted that shit back. Because paperwork matters. This internet stuff, this who's the class clown, who's popular, y'all can have it. You know why? Because y'all gonna be the same people watching people 2, 3 years from now. Do y'all understand how powerful the classy climb is? We've had at least 15, 20 people who were my students come on and do interviews on the channel because they've already started new stuff. I mean, I can go there financially free. D, you can talk about countless other people. Brandy, the accountant in the chat. All these people came on. Ty Little, they're partnering with people. They're making short-term rentals in Gulf Shores. They're buying rental properties together. They met at the boat party. They go to conferences together. This is why I am so disappointed in our community, because when we actually have people who are going in a direction of a tipping point of winning and producing real stuff, we don't pay them no mind. And a lot of y'all say, well, why are you so mad? Velocity of money. And let me break it down to this way. Somebody was like, oh, this one particular content creator was like, oh, that person doesn't make videos. And I go, no, you actually pay attention to a lot of these content creators. By the time they get a good lump sum of money, they immediately hop and go into real estate. They hop and get in a bigger house. They get bigger cars. They get bigger opportunities because they have what? That cash in their money, in their pocket, right? Now, this is also why people get angry about YouTube. 2019 to 2021, I've seen people, multiple people, make $4 to $5 million. I mean, wrong, loud, incorrectly, all kind of stuff, right? I've seen it. I'm not even gonna front. I was part of that group of people. Not as much, but a lot. And, we got people on here, basically Instagram to me was the bigger grift, that were juicing up their Instagrams, weekly getting millions of eyes on it. They got 20 to 50,000 students who paid $99 for courses and $50 for a course. Well, if 20,000, 50,000 people give you $99, yeah, you made $4 million, but you didn't make it because a real estate genius. You didn't make it because a real estate investor. You made it off selling courses. And that's that conundrum where y'all want to call everything a scam. You want to be mad, but you look who you pick for your leadership. It's not even somebody who's doing what they say they do. Come on, man. So you saw in 2019 to 2021, all these people get their money up like expeditiously, right? Like just levels unknown because of the velocity of money was cheap. Jerome Powell won't messing with our peeing in our soup, all that stuff, right? You saw all that. You saw it. Like people are trying to convince you didn't see something with your own eyes. I saw in 3 years, and we can go back constantly. Like I posted the young lady, real tall, beautiful black young lady, which she's also, I think she's Nigerian or Somalian. I think she's Nigerian. She sat there, told you she was pregnant with twins, had them in April. Her husband divorced her in January. Moved all her and the 4 children in with her mama. Took her stimulus check because she's tall and beautiful, and came up with what? A brand, a photo, pictures, do the posing, talked about funding and getting money. And guess what? $5 million later, she's living quite differently. Y'all act like $99 don't add up to what we're saying. Y'all really make this difficult for people to have a conversation with y'all. And so she's taking that money. She's living a great life. Now, Anthony O'Neill, which is why this was cracking me up, was like, oh, what about a man? This woman then went from divorce to live with her mama to multimillionaire, and you asking her about a man. Not only that, less than a year later, she met a man in January, got married by December with 4 kids and freshly divorced. So people will sit here and convince you this online is real. Ain't nobody messing with baby mamas. Ain't nobody doing this. It's all lies, bro. We've already pulled the cover back on like 15, 20 different artists, creators who are married to single moms with kids. I mean, again, this is just like this upside down world we're living in right now. But I saw, and this is part of why I get so angry about YouTube is, yes, if you make a new channel right now, you're going to jump. There's money to be had with AdSense, but it's very little. But the truth, the real money, look at Graham Stephan, look at all these people that are real creators. The real money came when you could get your videos up to 100,000 views. It wasn't the AdSense. It was the conversion rates on what you were offering and selling. It is truly the 1,000 fans theory. And what you're seeing now, and I'm not even picking, I'm just saying Ryan Pieta as an example. Oh boy, like let go 100 employees. He like changed his whole office. But there are people out here still trying to sell you on wholesaling. If you got wholesalers with offices and TV commercials reducing their staff, now can you do wholesaling and maybe, you sell 1-2 deals a month, you're going to get 10K in the squeeze? Sure. But right now, the way the technology and our economy has moved, most people are like, let me go look on Zillow what my house costs. Because all the marketing Zillow did. Let me go ask my friend who became a realtor during the pandemic. Let me ask her how much the house is worth. Right? This is why I post the young lady selling her land for $900,000 was a crackhead move, because common sense was said, let me call anybody before I just say yes. Right? But that's a lottery mentality we have. Right? We don't have any kind of management, long-term management mentality. That's why we get, the money is not in you getting better, it's in you keep buying, right? That's why we have high interest loan places and check cashing places and rent to own, because honestly, rent to own, when it comes to housing, the average person after 2-3 years, they lose a job. That's just data statistics. And they walk away from the rent to own home. And the person does it again and again. But we don't call that a scam. We don't call the big pot belly white man in our town who owns a house that he done told people rent to own at least 10, 15 times at this point in his life, that's a scam. We've never said that to him. Because we have this Highlander mentality. There can only be one successful Black person. And that's why, baby, your girl's going in monk mode. I mean, the next 90 days, it's going to be a lot of content, but a lot of it's like, pre-recorded, different stuff going on, because we're literally in the trenches building new construction. We're literally in the trenches buying land lots. We're literally in the trenches actually business consulting and actually working, right? And people say, well, Ericka, if I were you, I would travel. I would just travel. You don't think your girl travels? Have you not been seeing my stories? Do you want to see my American Express? Do you want to see my Delta points? Do you want to see all that? Does that bring you more comfort and make you sleep better at night if you know I'm traveling? Like, that's really that people be putting out here. Like, I wouldn't want to work as hard as Ericka works. I want to travel and watch TV and spend time with my family. Baby, you already spend time with your family. You just broke right now. You dig? So you're in economic warfare, but you don't even understand that, right? I can't even get you to do something once a day, right? Just walking around your neighborhood once a day, applying for a job you want once a day. First thing people say in the comments, well, they asking for experience. Do you think Donald Trump was experienced as the president of the United States? No, he just ran for the thing. And that's what a lot of this is out here. It's a confidence factor. Y'all out here with low self-esteem, with eyelashes out to here, this damn big, nails out to here. You are deselecting yourself from contention. That's what a lot of y'all should just say. Like, I don't even want to win. I'm just going to deselect myself. I'm going to do what it takes to get myself out the game. Because that's what's going on. This whole little circle jerk about, oh, everybody's scamming, Black creators are scamming. Again, it's just loud and it's wrong. And that's why places like Maryland and most of these states gonna make you get on a team. Now, what's a team? The Realtor Association of America is a bad boy team, okay? Texas Apartment Association is a bad boy team. You want to move and groove in these states, you're gonna have to be on their team. And if you don't be on their team, they're gonna come punish you. So all y'all want to jump and do silly stuff and do stuff last minute, like, this has always been the game. When I showed y'all the video on Philadelphia voting to make sure wholesalers had got their license, there were literally people on city council who just bought properties from people, wholesalers, that weren't licensed. See, y'all are killing all the loopholes in the game to get wealthy because you're mad you didn't properly plan or vet who you did a deal with. If 5K will send you into a depression, eviction, losing your home, losing the shirt off your back, you should never move a dollar of money a day in your life. 5,000 is $27 a day, if that. No, it's not even that. It's maybe $15 a day. If that throw your life in a loop, baby, you don't. There ain't much I can do for you. Okay, so let me go and read them the comments and calm down. But I just want y'all to understand, when you don't realize you're in economic warfare and you just shooting at everybody in the crowd, you're gonna hit friendly fire. You're gonna take some of your own people out. You dig? It don't take much to get to 10K, 20K, 30K. And I've showed people that. You know, all these people juicing up their Instagrams and YouTube channels to get more eyes, they don't care about the AdSense. If YouTube would actually honor my subscriber count at 65,000 and show my videos to 65,000 people, do you know how much money I would make a month? Not even off AdSense, off everything else. So let me go ahead and go through this. Let me go through some of these comments because I already know anyone can get scammed in our community. It's people on the internet act like they big shot and balling. No, that's not true. Preach. Thank you. $5 super chat. I'm not trying to go off. That's not really my goal, but every time I see people be just so loud and wrong, like I posted a picture of me golfing, getting measurements. People are like, you don't golf? Y'all haven't been watching the channel. I went to a private Christian school where the Black Lawyer and Doctor Association pay for us to not only learn tennis, golf, also dance lessons. They pay for a lot of stuff. Then I went to high school, played some more, played tennis and golf in college school. You know, I said, what you want me to do? Record videos of me golfing? See, that's how you know how isolated y'all are. I feel so sorry for y'all. Y'all not exposed to anything. You're not really traveling. You out here on YouTube for 8, 9, 10 hours a night. You're not going anywhere. You're not meeting any new women. These modern women you complain about are the women probably in your neighborhood or walking distance to your house. You ain't going out seeing no real women. Get on out of here with that. I've been made with made people. Who you been with? I mean, Diamond Dave, there are people who, when a dude who made $50 million in Houston, Texas said, I ain't never seen this dude HUD statements. Where is HUD statements at? And he had nothing to say. Dudes paying 40, 50K for interviews and people to come on their podcast. Like, that's how thirsty they are to want to be famous. Y'all got to give them that fame they want so bad. And y'all don't understand because y'all are so busy wanting to kiki and laugh and haha, look, you're wrong. Like every person y'all talking about, you can't be canceled. I just want you to understand that if a person can take, like even Omni in the Hellcat, if his ass, I'm telling y'all, when he get out, he gonna make $30, $40 million. Y'all, it's like steps that you can take. Literally, I mean, I'm getting flustered because I want to be like I live out in the real world and I see every day people who stuff is happening to them, crimes, all kind of stuff, and they just get right back up. As long as you can buy a piece of land, make it an RV park, anything. The girl, Blankenship, what's that white woman name? She looked half native, but she mostly white. Her name is Blankenship. She had 3 kids. Her husband left her. She bought some land and turned it into an RV park. That RV park put $18 million in her pocket, the company's pocket, of course. At the end of the year, I think it puts like $2 to $3 million. And then they just keep adding stuff: washers and dryers, laundry, this, that, this. You know, they add more stuff, glamping. They just keep buying up more land. But now she's with another man, got remarried and pregnant. See, but they got you thinking if you a single mom and you're never gonna win because they hang out with losers. If you're a single mom and you going to Grant Cardone conferences, you actually about your business, you doing sales, you in tech, you doing something, there is a man about to bump into you. Like, I'm not even trying to be funny. Y'all gonna bump into me. They just be like, what you doing? What you on? That's why these stories that they're feeding y'all is so sad. It's like you're watching, what's the word? Hypnotized. Somebody's hypnotizing you to be a loser. That's what it is. Like, I'm just going to call it what it is. Someone's hypnotizing y'all to be losers. You won't come out here yourself. Like there was somebody saying, "Oh, I gave big businesses money." Okay, first things first. Why didn't you send the money to the title company? Why don't you have a deed in your hand? Do you not know any realtors? None of your realtor friends said don't send money directly, send it to the title company. No one said that to you. See, this is the stuff that people want to try to play off. There's a guy right now on YouTube. I refund him $172. He went online and made video after video calling me fat, a B, a this, a scammer, a this for $172, y'all. I responded to a video, then I took it down. I didn't respond anymore. You know why? When you feed the trolls, they grow. And so I was like, this dude's a loser. Even people in the comments were like, dude, she refunded you. She's showing a screenshot. Like, it was $172. You're making 10, 15 videos on this woman. That means you're a loser, bro. $172 that was refunded to you immediately after a week because you didn't get access to your course. You're going on a campaign. That makes you a loser, bro. I've had stuff come out of my bank account. I had to look back at my bank statements because I do them every week for the QuickBooks. I was like, wait a minute, what's this? What's this $500? Had to go trace it down. Didn't know what it was. That's how bad your financial life is, that like $172 will throw you into a loop to make 10 videos and call this person all these names. You're a loser, bro. And we can see this stuff. We know these people are losers. These are people in everyday life. If they walk past us, we wouldn't even make eye contact with them. We'd be like, ugh, look how he's dressing. Look how he's talking. Look how he's holding himself. He don't even respect himself. She said, I definitely. Hey, that happens to all of us. We all know a contractor we can add to the list because his sun done went down. I can calm down a little bit. When I started surveillance business 20 years ago, I spent $10K buying my inventory online. The website business I first took my money and never sent the equipment. That's awful. That's absolutely awful. The ninjas means messing up the real estate game because of all the finessing mess of the people who are doing good. DJ Envy will be doing fair time. I don't believe that. I believe DJ Envy will take the position of a radio host. I was a radio host just promoting events. Y'all, this is how y'all don't know the game. Y'all don't understand the game. And this is what y'all don't really understand. There's a dude right now who's a billionaire called Todd Vault of BitConnect. Is it BitConnect? Y'all got to look it up. I think it's BitConnect, but his name is Todd Vault. TODDVAULT. Todd Vault. I might be saying it wrong, but he is a billionaire. Like, he was a billionaire for a few hours, and then he came back down because the stock market made his company like a penny stock at this point. And people were like, oh, I lost money with him. And he always tell them, shut the fuck up. It's an investment. You can lose money. He's like, I never screw anybody, and I never leave a man behind. So he calls this woman who had lost $100,000 with him. I think 150,000 is what he said. He calls her, said, listen, this is what's going on. Maybe you want to be an early investor. I'm just giving you a heads up to everybody who lost money with me before. The woman puts like 50,000 with some startup. She turns around and makes, I think, $1.5 million from that money she put in that startup. Did she call him back and thank him? Did she call him back and say, thank you for helping with that insider information? Thank you for helping me, put me with this group so I could invest with them because they knew what they were doing? No. She still hates his guts. And what I tell y'all is, the tipping point on economic warfare is, you have to be doing so much good that it outweighs the bad. Now, hear me out. Queen Elizabeth. You know, when we saw Queen Elizabeth, and if you're my age, you're in your 30s, you've always seen her as an old grandma. Somebody's grandma who's smiling, who's traveling countries. You know, Queen Elizabeth. You forget there's a generation of people who remember Queen Elizabeth coming to the British Raj, which was India, coming to parts of Africa, coming to parts of Nigeria, coming to different countries that they owned, going to Jamaica. We don't remember those things because we were too young, right? And so their outlook on how that person looks is completely different. See, when we saw Queen Elizabeth, she was somebody's grandma. And the good that she had done over her life outweighed the bad. Now, I'm not telling y'all, okay, people can do bad all day, but I'll put it to you like this. A majority of people y'all complaining about, if they go out tomorrow and they just stay focused on real estate for the rest of their life, just building one house a year, you know, one good real estate deal a year for the rest of their life, we're going to look back 30 years from now and be like, what are you talking about? These are blimps in time, right? It's hard for somebody to be a Rush Limbaugh. That's hard to keep up and maintain. because now you have an audience of hating. And let me just keep it straight. If you paid attention, that same audience turned on several of those people. That same audience of miserable fucking losers, hating, they turned and went raw on the creator of that. Go back and look on YouTube videos if they still up. That person, they were like, you're hiding from doing this or that. You won't go after who we want you to go after. You won't tear down good people, so you're in on it. Think about that. You have corralled a group of losers. Angry, not investing, not growing, stagnant lives, losers. Where do you go? Where are you gonna make money from that at? You hoping to make AdSense money? You hoping to be the Highlander, to be the popular one on town? Come on, man. You listen. Ooh, I can say so much. I'm gonna stop. The caption: when you find MV name on a piece of paper, let us know. This is the Diamond Dave. They done searched this man records. He got like bankruptcies. He's got foreclosures. And what y'all don't understand, the whole time y'all doing all this research on this one man and his LLCs, this man got 15, 20 different LLCs. This man will continue to eat. His family will continue to eat. They will, again, number one example. What is his name that left Fox News and he went overseas after he got caught in that big ass scam in Detroit and Michigan? The news reporter from Fox that went over to Spain, and he's got it. Anyway, his channel now is called The Red Pill, and he does all the same Fox News kind of type of news commentary. Morris Invest. That's what it is. Morris Invest. I mean, the government had him dead to rights. Like, hey, we done found that y'all have 50, 60 properties. There are a bunch of shells of properties. There's millions of dollars from all over the country done poured into Detroit because people did not want to what? They didn't want to get off their ass and fly to Detroit and see a property that they're going to throw 30 grand at some man to put in. Now they look up 30, 40, 50 grand. There's multiple people on a house that's a shell. Ain't been no work on it. Y'all think big business did this. Morris Invest 10x that. But he was able to say, well, it was the contractor, not me. I'm just a face. I'm just a promoter. But you know the first thing he did? He sold his house in New Jersey for $1.5 million, left the country, lives in Portugal and Spain. And did what? Cranked that YouTube channel right back up. And now he's got almost 1 million subscribers because he knows what y'all like. Y'all like red meat. Y'all like when somebody loud, popular, and wrong. He running ads. He's selling courses on real estate in the middle of a lawsuit. And the feds going, hey, where you at? Oh, I didn't run from America. I relocated my family to Portugal. And Portugal conveniently doesn't extradite. So, but here y'all tell it, it's just black people doing this. It's just the black people doing wrong. Y'all better get on out of here. A whole bunch. They not ready for it. I'm glad he sent your money back, though. Congratulations. I can't even. Ridiculous. They will throw 50 cats at you to tell somebody to turn it off and on. Yeah, they ain't applying. Jobs are everywhere. You have to put in the work. Yeah. In tech, 25 applications a day on ED, you will raise your likelihood of getting a job. Engineering cannabis. This is the thing I'm trying to get y'all to understand. I have 5 recruiters' phone numbers in my phone. I don't have to do any of that. I let them bring it to me. Like they get paid off of being a middleman to millions. That's how crazy it is. He became the man before that. No, but okay. If you say so. I found having recruiters on LinkedIn to reach out to you is the best way in first and the second. There you go. Facts on facts. I know nobody to buy. Honey, they on the internet having 8-hour hangouts talk about how Tina Turner did Ike wrong. Ike Turner's been dead since 2007. Y'all a little late, don't you think? Okay, that's a little creep. Y'all being weirdos. There you go. Many people want a 410K Lambo for 50K. It opens you up to scams. Yep, start it over. It is. It's the victim Olympics. Word of the day is paperwork matter. Paperwork matters so much, you guys. Like I'm telling y'all, I went to PNC, and this ain't even no secret because I told it y'all before. I went to PNC. There's two different bankers. One's a rule follower, one's on the speakerphone. He does the regional stuff. He's like, she got her balance. She got her P&L statements for 3 years in a row. We didn't even ask for all that. Hey man, she ain't got her taxes. I don't care. I'm gonna give her the loan. The other guy's like, no, she has to have taxes. And he said, man, if she already got this paperwork put together, I don't care. The taxes are gonna come right after it. So you have to understand how powerful paperwork is, that it will shut up a banking official. That the other official's like, well, you are kind of right. It was crazy. It was because it's what I look like and what they couldn't believe my numbers. Oh my God. Now I'm showing you 3, 4, 5 years of statements. Oh, shit. Like she really does make this money. That's the thing y'all not ready to hear about. I'm not gonna listen. All I'm gonna say is DJ Envy, like many other DJs in his position, a very famous person y'all know, gave him 20K and was like, mention my name every mention my name, man. Just mention my name a bunch. For 20K, oh boy mentions his name every day, like 3 times a day for like a month. So when I tell you DJ Envy gonna take the position of a promoter, like, oh, I was just promoting. I didn't know nothing about that. I didn't know anything they did. He didn't know this guy either that gave him 20K. He just started shooting his name out. So now the guy's the top mortgage broker in all of New York. How? The power of radio. The power of Black people's money moving around. Just is what it is. Prepare for a long interview process. The smaller company will want you to have 4 interviews before they offer. Yeah. That's the thing. Nobody's ready for that. Nobody's ready to hear that a company that's going to give you $105,000, $120,000 a year base salary is going to want 2, 3 interviews. Nobody wants to hear that shit though. That part, nobody even, they're not even paying attention to the fact that dude built this big old house and farm and thing out in North Carolina, and he got a woman from New York. New York's loud, crowded, and noisy. She ain't gonna want to live in no North Carolina in a quiet area on a farm unless she popping out babies right then and there. If she ain't, she gonna want to move. So again, rent to own in Atlanta is the big scam. It is. It's big in Florida. There's companies that are setting up. And it's not because rent to own doesn't work. It's because the nature of people. The average person every 2 or 3 years loses a job, switches careers, switches jobs. So they got you rent to own for 10 years. 10 years. And you are what? 2, 3 years in, you switch jobs. You can no longer pay the rent. You just dip out, move in the night. They're going to start all over again. Y'all not ready to hear that part, though. Attended a wedding yesterday. The couple was 55 years old. It happens every day, man. In the pandemic, and everybody ate Kevin Samuels up for this. In 2020 and 2021, marriage licenses increased 25%. Same thing they did in the last recession. Why? Because people are alone, their money's tight, it's struggling, it's a problem. And love, people find love. No, I'm not gonna knock it. But a majority of the people that there were the increase in the 25% of marriage licenses were 40 to 55 years old. It just was what it was. 35 to 55, I think. Yeah, you might want to rewind. Yeah, they really want me to stop and show me my vacations and how I went to Hawaii. No, there's something they always told me when you're in show business. Save some of it for yourself. Don't give everything. You're not entitled to what my future children look like. You're not entitled to what most of my family look like. You're not entitled to see, if I go on a vacation every damn month, you're not entitled to see that. Y'all don't think I hit a vacation every month? Ain't you noticed the videos be everywhere? Come on now. That's just common sense. Radiating Fire. That's a great book. There you go. A guy with a business degree and 1 year boot camp in tech making 120K. Yeah. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Peter Thomas was on live talking about the same thing. Economic move. Yeah. Listen, Diamond Dave, when you got talent, and this is the thing, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. And that's an old saying, and it's true. It's still true to this day. When you really talented, you got the gift, the gab, you kind of just chill. And what's going to happen to a lot of people, they're going to wake up and they'll be like, oh my God, I'm under pressure. I'm 45, I'm 55. I got to do something now. I know this lady right now, they were like, oh, her and her husband on shaky ground. And I was like, well, what's going on? He lost his job and he's delivering pizzas. I said, this man is 45 years old. You telling me he don't have no connections? He don't have enough skills. He ain't reached out to enough people to figure out how not to deliver pizzas. Now, ain't nothing wrong with delivering pizzas. You got to take care of your family. You got to take care of your family. But at 45, if I'm a man and I don't have enough people on LinkedIn I can reach out to, don't you think I'd tell my wife, listen, go put me in one of these courses. Go put me at the community college. Go put me over here at a 2-week boot camp. And I'm gonna go get me a real salaried position job. Because if my thing is to turn to pizza delivery at 45, first time ever delivering pizzas, something went wrong. It's nothing. And at the end of the day, you can start over. But when you got a wife and you got kids and they going to college and you deliver pizzas, a hiccup happened. And you have to take accountability for that. But people don't want to do that. Heather Blankenship, thank you so much. They pick low vibrational women and men on these podcasts. Yeah. Top Golf in Atlanta was packed. I believe it. Ericka, please be nice. I know it's Sunday, but you preaching. Man, they losers, bro. They losers. I can't. You know what I'm saying? All these people made real big bank from the pandemic, right? When you had hundreds of thousands of people who did not know a damn thing. Because let's be honest, learning is a lifelong thing. And a lot of people who left high school, just got a job and kind of chilling, they wake up every day talking about how expensive haircuts are and stuff for their kids is and oh my God, braces, right? Every time I see a kid who's 16 to 18 years old with really bad teeth, I already know your parents ain't got the plan. Medicaid, Medicare could have took care of you, but they ain't even did that paperwork because your success in life ain't even important enough for them. But they want to be on the internet talking about scams. Okay, cool. How much risk are you willing to take? Victor Frankenstein. They built the monster and it did turn on them. I watched it happen. I was laughing. I was like, see, you build an audience, and if you don't talk about what they want to talk about, they will turn on you. So you sitting here pointing out this is a scam, that is a scam. He has one whipping post that he loved the most. He just keep talking about it over and over again. The audience don't want to hear that. They want to hear new people every week. Just like Spencer Cornelia, who literally just had a breakdown video saying how he is absolutely fucking depressed because all he does is do spam, scam, and hater content. He's like, people have doxed me. People have called my house with death threats. I've been sued multiple times. I wish I never started this content, but someone had to expose the haters. They did. It had to be you. All right. You make negative content. It brings you down spiritually, energy wise. Every time somebody wants to say something crazy to me, I have to ignore it. You know why I ignore it? You know why I ignore it? Because I know, baby, listen, the amount of energy it takes to focus on bullshit will pull you down for weeks. I went through something and I had a big falling out with somebody. I was physically, not just mentally, physically exhausted for 2 weeks. And I go, oh my God. And I'm talking to my spouse. I'm like, do you understand what just happened to us? Oh my God, we literally were like exhausted from this one ordeal. And that's what's happening. If you go back and forth with these people, you'll lose reality. Right now, I'm booking dinners with married couples, and we're going on the water. We're going brunching. We're going doing stuff. I'm like, you can't let this internet soup you into this. Morris Invest, yeah. At Bolton. Let me tell you one more time. At all. Let me tell you one more time. At all. All right. Look, somebody's like, it's always the blacks. It's always the blacks. But that's what I'm telling you. The way we come online and we're so loud and we're so wrong and we make a joke of every daggone thing, I promise you that they're going to make all the loopholes they can throw at us. Because the fact that immigrants can come here, be here a year, not even a year, and get a DSR loan, y'all, you ought to know the game set up. Do you own property? Do you own land? If you don't, it don't matter what you're talking about. I know y'all hate hearing me say that, but it's the truth. If you don't own property, you don't own land anywhere, you're not even playing America's game. They got 5,000 mortgage loan programs out there. But every time you turn on the internet, oh, I'm saving for a down payment. I couldn't find the house I wanted. I couldn't do this. Then all the black people been showing you how to do rural, RURAL, rural investment development, where you can build a land from the ground up, 30 minutes usually outside of a major city. Hundreds of black people underneath the comments going, oh, but black people aren't treated very nice in the rural areas. This is people in Atlanta. I'm like, 30 minutes from Atlanta, you probably in Macon. You probably in Douglasville. You know what I mean? Vast Douglasville in 30 minutes. But at the end of the day, you hear it's just excuses. Every day they come up with brand new excuses. And I'm telling you, I lived here in Austin since 2012, and I watched poor white people. They looked, saw the people coming. They said, okay, I'm going to move out to Pflugerville. I'm going to go get in the house, no money down. I'm going to go out here. Now, Pflugerville got over 55,000. You can't play that no more. Okay, I'm going to go further out to Georgetown. I'm going to go further out past Georgetown. I'm going to go to Salado. These people do, the first thing to do was go get a house so I can stay where? In Austin. So then you spend the next 5 to 10 years of people, black people, Latino people, oh, they're pushing us out of Austin. We can't live here no more. Oh. Then you ask the poor white people that's still cleaning toilets, doing work, climbing on roofs, doing the same thing. Hey, how you staying here in Austin? Well, I bought a house out in Pflugerville 5 years ago with no money down. It'd be this, it's reactive and proactive. That's just all there is to it. You guys, I've still do consultations, but the price has moved up. It's like $500 for 30 minutes. Or if you're a student, $200 for 30 minutes. 9 times out of 10, if y'all are not in a place where you're actually doing a lot of stuff, like you need the phone call, don't waste your money. Keep your money. I'm the only person you can say, keep your damn money. I don't need your money. I love it. It validates me being on this platform for sure. But I have 150 affiliates. I make sure I take care of my people. I've sold over 10,000 students, maybe 12,000 students at this point. We've got over 15,000 people on our email list. We take good care of people here. And it don't matter. Again, it's all a tipping point. How many people can you tip over the scale in one direction? The people that's talking bad about you ain't spending money with you. That's all there is to it. People talking bad about you ain't spending money with you. Focus on the people that are spending money with you. That's right. EIL them. Yep. I knew somebody's going to put in there, why do I need the white man's paperwork? Dr. Umar. I know. I already knew what time somebody's going to put in there. Am I doing any collaborations in North Pacific? You know, there's only one lady I know in the Seattle area. She's the only lady. If she asked me to come help her do some collaboration, I would do it. But for me, the numbers, the building construction numbers for the Northwest, I mean, there's a guy in the group we're in. He does well up there, but the timelines be so long. Here in Texas, man, they gonna get that paperwork and stamp it, right? I'm talking about under 3 months, under 6 weeks. Parts of Florida, 6 weeks. That's why the Southeast is building so fast and so rapid. They ain't coming here to play. They're like, you got some money? You got paperwork? Stamp, get it moving. The Pacific Northwest isn't doing that. Thank you. Right. You need to do something. To me, I mean, again, this past week, y'all, and I really want y'all to understand the power of like monk mode. I don't know what the word is. I know they love saying different phrases, but I literally sat down for a week and just watched stock reviews, stock channels, information. I'm no Diamond Dave. Listen, I'm not. But I was willing to risk $4,000 this week, right? On banking stocks. And when that trade came through, I was like, oh my God, I'm rich. But I really was like following, some trades from a group or whatever. But at the end of the day, I was like, wow, the power in just taking action. Like, because I'm just a dividend stock person. I just throw money in dividend stocks. I keep it pushing. But this week, all the banking stocks are doing all this, right? So I was in this group and I'm like, yeah. I was like, damn, I did that. Man, that wasn't even hard. That was like, took maybe 2 hours of my time because I put the stop loss on it. I was like, oh, damn. I put the stop loss and I also put the other thing. But that's a whole nother conversation. Long story short, I made some money and I was like, Oh my God. But it's that moment where I tell people, if you really spend 18 to 20 minutes a day, right? There's this thing was showing, if you read 20 pages of a book a day, you'll read 2 books a month. Because the average book ain't that big. But you got Americans telling you they ain't even read 1 book in a year. Right? Just the study component. If I'm 40 years old, I'm 45, I lost my job, I know my bills are 8, 10K a month, depending on where you're at in life. Because it's as you have teenagers and a wife and all that stuff costs. What's the number I need to make it? Is it 3 to 5 grand just to make it? Okay, then I figure out what's my 3 to 5 grand I need to get. But y'all ain't trying to hear that. And he can do all kind of stuff. They're too tired. It's different with somebody giving you money and making money. Yes, listen, there are people out here, ooh, they loud and wrong. And I wish I could do a whole deep dive, but I know it's an energy thing. I can't do it. They ain't doing what they telling you they doing. But they out here chasing somebody. Boy, I can't. You can see it with your own eyes. Like, you ain't got no HUD statements. You ain't really doing that. But that's another conversation. Learning is a lifelong thing, especially if you're in tech or medicine. If you're anybody in life, it's a lifelong thing, right? If you're a school teacher, if you're a parent, if you're a whoever, it's a lifelong thing to learn. Like, you're telling me 30 to 50, everything you ever know you need to know? No, you're going to keep learning stuff. You got to keep taking driver's tests. Y'all got to keep learning systems at work. I remember Ryan Stewman did a whole segment on the fact that he was at a job. They bought a brand new software system and it worked better than the previous one. But the staff was mad that they just threw this new system on them and they had to train and learn it, even though the new system was better. The riot at work was so bad, the company went back to the old system. Let me say that again. The new system was better, faster, worked better. 2 or 3 people got it. But the backlash and the complaining and the murmuring and the whining was so strong, they went back to it. That's what I see in our community. We know drugs are bad. We know you get caught selling drugs. They got you for years, 20 plus years. But yeah, we keep going to something stupid. That's the hot stove. Let me touch it again. That's a hot stove. Let me touch it again. Okay, then y'all, I can't do nothing. Can't do nothing with you. Oh, a lot of people out there hate their life. So they're just trying to take their misery out on you. They're trying to do something. Hey, I ain't going back for it. Do you have training for affiliate marketing? If you're in my digital marketing class, we talk about affiliate marketing. If you're in my YouTube class, we talked about affiliate marketing. If you're in pretty much every class I've ever taught, I've talked to you about affiliate marketing. I even talk about it in Middleman to Millions. If you're a grass company, you need to have affiliates in windows, roofing, all that, because y'all going to keep, people are going to ask you for help. They're going to ask you to recommend somebody, and y'all just keep rotating in money around in a circle. This is why the Jewish community is so good, because they just keep finding people in their circle who can do 1 or 2 things. It's not rocket science, but okay. Most haven't read a book since high school. Monk mode equals committing yourself to achieve a goal by working on it, focusing the solution while cutting distractions. Yes, I spent the past, I did 17 hours. I did 17 hours of course training for the tech sales thing in like 3 days. Because I was that serious. I was like, we're going to watch it. It's going to be in the background. It's going to be playing. I'm going to get it knocked out. We're going to listen to it. We got to keep going. We got to keep going. Let's get it done. Let's be done with it. All right. Same thing with me learning Spanish. I'm going to have a person, you can FaceTime them, but because I don't have an Apple phone, you can, for $20 for an hour, you can talk to them every day, or 30 minutes every day. Why? Because they live in Colombia, Venezuela. They need money. $20 is a lot of money. So yeah, all that stuff. Lifelong learning is important. I attended an AI conference out of Asia this morning. Sites were amazing. Yeah. So anyway, look, that's what I have for y'all. It's been an hour. I ain't trying to keep y'all on here forever, but I want y'all to understand, loud and wrong. I know it's popular. We like listening to people, but listen, I'm not saying scamming's right. I'm not saying stealing's right. I'm just saying the cost of doing business. I know Jewish people with people stolen from. I've got 3 people who owe me 30,000. I've got 2 or 3 other people I know who are Hispanic, people stealing it from them. It's really not this rocket science that things go wrong, there's a difference between bad deals, a scam, and you just not being uneducated, right? If you gave somebody $500 and they told you you're going to get 8% returns on your money, that's $40. That's 40. You could take a calculator out and calculated that, right? Like I'm in an apartment investment group where you get $50,000 is the limited liability, like limited partners. You're going to get 153% returns on your money between your interest payments and when they cash out refinance the property. So this isn't like when someone tells you 8%, they really mean that. So if Jay Morrison told you 8%, $500 times 8% is $40. That's what you were going to get. You were always going to get $40. I don't know what you think you was going to get out of that other than $40. All right? You don't know math and you're not educating yourself. So all this time and energy y'all spending on these scammers, these haters, that same 2, 4, 5, 6 hours you're spending on that, you really need to be spending on educating yourself about real estate and how the market's getting ready to change. And it's not like people are like, oh yeah, it's gonna be a recession, I can't wait, because then I'm gonna be able to afford a house and I'm gonna be able to buy cheaper cars. No, you'll be unemployed. If you're one of these people on these live streams for 2, 4, 5 hours watching people on Instagram and watching people on YouTube talk about somebody and they don't even got all the information right, bro, you're gonna be the number 1 person homeless on the street because you're not even in position to swag, move, change. You're not in position. You're not gonna win. Like I keep trying to get y'all to understand, if you go on LoopNet right now, LoopNet is where deals go to die. Somebody gonna say, what's that mean, Ericka? If somebody got a deal, they called all their best friends first. They called all the people they associate with then they called everybody in their section, right? If they a real estate agent, they called every other real estate agent up. They done called 20 people before they put it up on LoopNet. That's where that deal is. The numbers are not good, right? Because they done called everybody in their network. You dig? They done called everybody in their network first, and then they put it out there. Same thing with MLS. When I see something's been on MLS for 319 days, what's wrong with it? The price is off. Something's off. So people are trying to convince you to come out here and get in groups and run around talking about people. And they can't show you a HUD statement. They can show you where they sold $5 million in courses, but they can't show you a HUD statement because they ain't did what they teaching you. They ain't did what they teaching you. They daddy did, they friend did, but they didn't. Everybody knows it too. We just don't want to deal with a bipolar person going after us. We just can't say anything because that's how the Black community works. We just let people who are loud and wrong say whatever, because then they bring out all your knucklehead cousins to be loud and wrong with them. You know? People want a recession to buy a house. You can't buy a house in an unemployment line or a soup kitchen. Exactly. I'm telling you, $40, have a great life. Get the fuck home. Right? This is where people are really in these delusional lands trying to tell you something that don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? So let me finish this up, and I think, oh Lord, the truck done got behind me. I hope he ain't parking there for long. I don't think so. Hope not. John Diskin, listen, you know, but you ain't bothering nobody. You ain't out here running around attacking folks. So listen, use this internet for good. Use it for what you can. Please educate yourself. You know, please look at some of the stuff I put on the community walls, because I put a lot of educational videos out there for y'all to watch. And none of this stuff is new, right? We just have new faces on it, right? A lot of these talking points, a lot of this internet stuff, a lot of the podcast stuff, it's just not new. It's not new. We just have new faces, right? The credit conversation. We talked about business credit for what? 2015, 2016? Everybody's talking about business credit, right? Now we're back in that season where everybody's talking about it again. Just new faces. So if you've ever actually been in business and actually do work and actually live, you'll see all this same stuff play out again over and over again. You just have new characters. Now, why do you have new characters? Because the old characters take their money and go play outside. All right? There's a guy right now who hosts his show, and he's bought 70 properties. So how do you buy 70 properties? He didn't buy it from having such great business acumen. He bought it because y'all bought his courses and his t-shirts. That's how he was able to buy those, right? But that's the part we won't talk about. Oh, it's because I give all this value. No. It's because you were on YouTube and you sold t-shirts and you sold courses and you were able to buy 70 properties. This is why people get mad at the Graham Steffens and the Meek Kevins, because it's a numbers game. This is why people hate Ty Lopez. Ty Lopez out here, he paid for his views, he paid for his traffic, he took the money and he went on with his life. I get it. If you can do it, do it. Anyways, you guys, this is your girl Ericka from the Classic On blog. I hope this was informational for y'all. I hope you guys got something out of it. Learn the difference of cost of doing business. Learn that you are in economic warfare. The money is not in you getting better. The money is in you continuing to do what? Right? There's people who sell mentorships for $25K and $50K. There's people telling all stuff. My investment in you is for you to become a winner and to become a doer. And there's only so many of you that are going to do that, right? And that's the unfortunate part, right? So the game is to be sold, not told. Always, forever and ever. Because we will have a new generation of kids every 5 to 10 years who have no clue about education and money and their credit, and their parents didn't care to teach them. Nobody around them cared to teach them. They won't go to conferences and educate themselves. They won't even watch the videos. So every year these things will go on and on and on. So, all right, you guys, this is your girl Ericka, Classic On blog. You guys have a wonderful evening.